The number one killer of self-worth. Most mornings starts out like this. You wake up and judge yourself before your feet even hit the floor. It's the number one reason for lack of self-worth and feeling inadequate and powerless. That is only a few side effects when you wake up every day in this state. I work with so many smart and intelligent women, female leaders, founders, executives, and the one thing that is hard to pinpoint and detect, but even though very present, is judgment. It's destroying their creativity, their authority, and their ability to lead with full force. And it's judgment. Judgment, judgment. I will show you why it is creating your own prison cell and how it poisons your decision making, clouds your vision, and walks all over your creativity. There's only one way to kill it by its roots. And here's the exact method my clients use to break free and reclaim their creative power. First, I'll reveal how judgment starts with you and spreads to everyone around you. Then I'll show you the method to stop judging and start creating instead. And finally, the one shift that will unlock your ideas you didn't even know you had. Even though you've tried it all, positive thinking, mindfulness, retreats, and leadership training, but without lasting success. The core essence is we have to remove it by its roots. It's not only in the mind, but stored as information in your body. Your history has created the version you're carrying right now. So let's start with how fast it happens and the why. You just woken up and within seconds the judgment starts. I should have gotten up earlier. I look tired. I'm not ready for that unique presentation I'm going to give. Why can't it be more like her? Why do I have these extra kilos? And etc. This is the bottom line. Judging yourself has become so normal you don't even notice you're doing it. Society has accepted it, and so have you. We think if we judge ourselves hard enough, we'll finally be good enough and create incredible outcomes. What a misunderstanding. Judgment destroys your self-worth from the second you wake up. Accept it. It narrows you down, your possibility. It's like having 100 policemen in your head, each with their own set of rules. It imprisons you and it stops creativity from flowing, which you need to move your creative ideas into life. I know because I lived this for decades. I judged my looks, my behavior, what I could do, what I couldn't do. Felt like a failure and a fraud in trying to create in the pond of perfection every single day. And because my mind thought it was the norm, I started judging everyone around me. Their marriages, their friendships, their children, the way they led their teams and their lives, other leaders and their style, looks, everything just to make myself feel better of being so hard on myself. This almost cost me everything. My creativity dried up. My relationship suffered. I couldn't see greatness in anyone, including myself, because I was too busy pointing fingers in fear. If we don't see that judging is a death sentence at work, towards others, in leadership, but most of all towards yourself, then we have to revalidate ourselves. You can't innovate when you're judging. You can't collaborate when you're judging. You can't lead when you're judging, because judgment keeps you focused on what's wrong instead of what's possible. And the worst part, you think you're protecting yourself. You think judgment keeps you safe, keeps you from failing, keeps you in control. But it's doing the opposite. It's keeping you imprisoned where there are no possibilities, no oxygen. Here's what my turning point was. When I understood that judgment wasn't about other people, it starts with me. When I traveled the world by myself as a 20-year-old explorer, and I had to face it, only myself as company, Every time my thoughts judged someone else, their choices, their work, their life, how they looked and behaved, I recognized I was judging myself foremost. Waking up feeling lost in a strange country and talking down to myself, I saw where the chip was. If I couldn't accept my own flaws, how could I accept anyone else's? If I couldn't see my own greatness, how could I see theirs? This was what I had to face straight on. Judgment is fear, wearing a mask. When you judge yourself, you're afraid you're not good enough. When you judge others, you're afraid you'll see you're not good enough. It's all fear, and fear is the enemy of creativity. It's the enemy of life. So I developed a method not to manage judgment, not to think positive thoughts, but to actually stop judging at the source. I call it the Free Your Mind method. And it works because we don't only address judgment in our mind, we address it in your body, where it's actually stored as your belief system. See, your mind will always find something to judge. That's what it's designed to do. It loves negativity. It loves pattern. It's an outdated survival mechanism. But your body knows the truth. Difference between judgment and observation, between fear and creativity. And when you learn to listen to your body instead of judging mind, everything changes. You stop shrinking. You start creating. You stop performing. You start creating. So come on, let's go. The 3 parts how to change this. Only 3 parts to focus on, actually. Most people don't even realize they are judging. It's because background noise. So the first step is simple. Catch it when you see it. For the next 24 hours, I want you to notice every time you judge yourself. Not change it, not fix it, just notice. I'm so stupid. I should have said something else. Why did I wear that? I'm not as good as her. Too fat, too shy, too stupid. I had a client, VIP, at a tech company, brilliant strategist, who came to me because she couldn't speak up in meetings. When we started tracking her judgment, she was shocked. She judged herself 47 times before 9 a.m. 47 times! Her looks, her guilt, her breakfast choices, her email tone, her ideas, and it kept on going. By the time she got to that meeting, she had already decided she wasn't good enough to speak. So the fact remains, when you judge yourself all morning, you train your brain to look for what's wrong, not what's possible. So by the time you need to be creative, to be innovative, to lead, your brain is in judgment mode, not creation mode. So step 1, catch it. Every time you judge yourself, say out loud, I'm judging. That's it. Just name it, because you can't change what you can't see. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Once you catch the judgment, you need to feel. The second you realize what you're doing, what emotion comes with it, then sit and feel it. Because judgment isn't just a thought. It's a physical sensation stored in your body. Where do you feel it? That's the next. Your chest, your throat, your stomach. Same client. When she judged herself, she felt it immediately. A tightness in her throat and a collapse in her chest. That wasn't anxiety. That was her body trying to make her smaller, trying to make her safe by keeping her quiet, trying to put a lid on her story for it not to surface and bring her pain. See, your body stores every judgment you've ever received. Every time someone told you you were too much or too loud or not enough, your body remembered. And everything you tell yourself as well. And now, every time you judge yourself, your body recreates the same response. But here's the powerful part. Once you locate it, you can talk to it. Your client put her hand on her throat and said, I feel you. I'll stay with you. I will not let you a story dictate me anymore. I'm choosing to take my space. Within 2 weeks, she was leading strategy meeting. Within a month, she pitched an idea that became the company's wide initiative. Not because she stopped judging, because she stopped letting judgment be a pattern and control her. So step 2, when you catch the judgment, locate it. Put your hand there, acknowledge it, say, this is judgment, this is fear, I'm choosing creativity instead. Okay, this is the part that changes everything. You can't just stop judging. You have to replace it with something else. And that something else is observing. Judgment says, I'm not good enough. Observation says, I notice I'm feeling uncertain right now. I can choose to handle it. Judgment is a conclusion. Observation is information. So every time you catch yourself judging, reframe it as observation. Instead of, I'm so stupid for saying that, try, I notice I wish I had said differently. See the difference. Once you choose closes you down, the other opens you up. One kills creativity, the other invites it in. So my client started practicing this in real time. In meetings, when she'd catch herself thinking, that was a dumb thing to say, she reframed it and noticed, I'm second guessing myself. How can I change the outcome? And that tiny shift created space. Space to breathe, space to think, space to create. Within 3 months, she stopped judging her team. She stopped micromanaging. She started trusting herself and others. You can start the exact same thing today. And her team's productivity increased by 40%. Not because she got better at strategy, because she stopped judging and started creating. So step 3, replace judgment with observation. Every single time, this is how you reframe your brain from fear to creativity. So what does life actually look like when you stop judging and start creating? Before, you woke up already in judgment mode. You judge your reflection, your choices, your work, your team. By noon, you were exhausted. Not from working, from judging. You can't innovate because you're too busy criticizing. You can't lead because you're too busy controlling. You can't create because you're too busy performing. After, you wake up and observe. I notice I'm tired. I notice I'm nervous about that meeting. I notice I'm excited about that project. No judgment, just information. No loops of never-ending negative thinking, just freedom to be present. And suddenly, you have space. Space to think, space to create, space to lead. I watched women go from judging every decision to trusting their instincts, from judging their teams to empowering teams, from judging their ideas to sharing them boldly. One client told me once, I didn't realize how much energy I was spending on judgment. Now that I've stopped, I have so much more capacity to create. My team says I'm a different leader. Another client, founder of a consulting firm, stopped judging her competitions. And you know what happened? She started collaborating with them instead. Her business doubled because when you stop judging, you stop seeing threats. You start seeing possibilities. When you stop judging yourself, you stop judging others. And when you stop judging others, they feel safe to be creative around you. Imagine walking into a room and not judging a single person or a topic. Not their outfit, not their ideas, not their presence. Imagine leading a team where no one is afraid to fail because you created a judgment-free zone. Imagine waking up and not judging yourself for a single thing, just observing, just creating. There's not a fancy, there's not happening when you stop judging and start creating. Here's what I need you to understand. Judgment is not keeping you safe. It's keeping you trapped and preoccupied. You think if you judge yourself hard enough, you'll finally be good enough, but you won't. You'll just be smaller, quieter, less creative, less you, less authentic. And when you judge others, their work, their choices, their greatness, you're not protecting yourself. You're imprisoning yourself because you can't see their greatness without seeing your own. But here's the profound part. The moment you stop judging, you don't just free yourself. You free everyone around you. Because when you stop judging, you give others permission to stop judging you too. When you start creating, you give others permission to create too. Judgment narrows, creativity expands, judgment imprisons, creativity liberates. And every single day you get to choose. Remember at the beginning when I said you judge yourself before you hit the floor, or the feet hit the floor, you don't have to. So here's what you have to do today, right now. Catch one judgment, just one. Notice it, locate it in your body, replace it with observation instead of I'm not good enough. Try, I notice I'm feeling uncertain. That one shift will create space, and in that space, creativity lives. Make use of it. Practice it, and you will change a lifelong pattern. If you're ready to go deeper, if you want a complete system my clients use to stop judging and start creating, I have that. But you have to make a choice. The link is down below in the description, but you have to make a choice. You want to make that change. I'll see you next week. And remember, every time you judge, you shrink. Every time you create, you expand. Stop judging, start creating. Thank you for listening, and see you soon.